Hey, Dr. Trash here, and today we'll do a rundown on the different units in Tooth and Tail. Disclaimer, in this video I will only talk about the tier 1 units, because otherwise the outcome would be a 20 minutes long video, and I want to see if you like this kind of video before I put so much effort into it. If not, well then just stop watching, but I mean you already clicked the video and I got your views, so joke's on you. But anyway, I will go over the strengths and weaknesses and teach you how to use these units to their maximum potential and tell you my personal opinion about them. By the way, I will call the units by their species and their original name, so we'll call the flamethrowing boar also Uncle Butter, just to let you know and prevent confusion. So enough for the intro and let's get right into it. The Distillery Brothers, or Squirrels, are your standard low-tier infantry units like in most RTS games. Cheap, easy to recruit, but therefore really fragile. They are armed with pistols, have a nice range and are capable of hitting air and ground units, which makes them also useful in later stages of the game. Squirrels are very versatile, but to maximize their potential, you need a frontline to soak up the damage, since Squirrels are squishy units. Also try to position them on high ground to benefit from their range. Although in small numbers not that dangerous, can Squirrels in large numbers with a beefy frontline put out a lot of DPS, and underestimating would become a real pain in the ass. So try to make short work of the Distillery Brothers when fighting against them, preferably with AoE damage from Uncle Butter for example. Summed up, Squirrels can be used in every comp as backline DPS units, and even though in the early stages not as effective as lizards, they can still be used to a good effect and don't lose their utility in the later stages of the game. The Nomans of the North, or Lizards, are your fast-moving cheap infantry, most used for hit and run tactics. The attack is classified as ranged, but shorter than the attack range of the Squirrels, which is the trade-off for the higher stats and the extremely fast movement speed. Therefore, Lizards beat Squirrels in the 1 vs 1 unless the Squirrel has the high ground advantage. In general, are the Nomans of the North the way more aggressive tier 1 unit compared to the Squirrels, and therefore should be used that way. The best use is to harass your opponent with constant attacks on their farms, followed by a quick retreat. Still, the biggest weakness is their range, while pillbox or some ranged troops on the high ground can easily defend them. While in the early stage of the game real solid with high stats and a lot of movement speed, Lizards fall off in the late game due to the short range and their weakness against most of the higher tier units, while it's worth to sell them later on in order to recruit your more elite troops. The Monolith Croakers or Toads are your go-to choice if you want AoE damage from your tier 1 unit. Toads can normally target ground units and buildings and explode when reaching the target, dealing a lot of damage to the primary target while also dealing AoE damage to buildings or units around. If used correctly, Toads can turn the tides of a fight and can be real efficient in killing enemy buildings and troops, especially against lizards. That said, it's fairly difficult to success with Toads if your micro is not on point. You can get easily kited when trying to blow up your enemies, and flying units are a real pain in the ass since you can't target them while they make short work of you. Another negative aspect is the speed, which makes Toads even worse against ranged units, and therefore you need them in large numbers to success, taking account that some will inevitably die trying to reach their destiny. If you still want some cheap AoE damage to fight off early aggression, I would recommend your mines instead of Toads, since they normally tend to be more efficient in what they do. The Volunteers, or Pigeons, are the only medic units in the game. This makes them extremely useful since it's the only way of healing your troops that don't stand in your territory, where they would also get healed over time. Since healing can be in a grind out fight a deciding factor, Pigeons are a must have in every army comp unless you got an early game cheese to win the game within the first 2 minutes. Still, there are some things you should keep in mind when recruiting the Volunteers. First and foremost, Pigeons can't defend themselves, so make sure you always position them in the back where they can't be hit and constantly can heal your front line. Secondly, you're better off healing high health targets rather than squishy units, since Pigeons heal over time rather than having a burst heal. Therefore, I would recommend to heal your chameleons, your boar or your badger, since then is the overtime heal used to its maximum. Also, you should keep in mind that up to 9 pigeons can heal a unit at once, and you should really try to make sure that your boar or badger has 9 volunteers to support him in order to make him nearly immortal. The Engineers for Hire, or the moles, are the only proxy unit in the game. That means that you can recruit a mole everywhere on the map and you don't need to build a warren. This trait, combined with his high health and bonus damage against buildings, makes him the perfect cheese unit. I mean, I've never seen a player using moles for something else than trying to kill my Christmas within the first minute of the game. If using this strategy, try to find the enemy Christmas as soon as possible and destroy whatever economy you can. If you can't kill him immediately, this should at least leave him defenseless and without hardened economy and he should be easy to kill later on. Playing against this strat is scouting your best defense. If you notice that your opponent hasn't built a farm or a warren with his first 60 food, you can bet your ass that he will try to cheese his way to victory. Immediately try to build a warren, a mole or your pillbox yourself to counter his early aggressions. If you can fight off his first aggression, you normally should win in the game, since losing a mole that failed destroying the enemy economy is huge for your opponent, and most people also surrender if their cheese strat fails. So that's it already. If you liked the video, I will probably do a second one about the tier 2 units, so just leave a comment saying that I'm the best YouTuber on earth if you want to see more. But anyway, thanks for watching and I hope to see you next time.